you are driving down a one-way street to poverty by trying to keep up with everybody else and trying to keep up with the trends. One thing I realized, I don't use social media no more, but one thing I realized is there are people out there who really are trying to keep up with every new thing that's being produced. There are people out there who are trying so hard to be accepted, and that's really what that ties back into. You're going broke spiritually and physically, trying to be accepted by people who you shouldn't even have to feel like you have to do anything to be accepted. I hope that just made sense. You don't have to do anything to be accepted. Those meant for you will accept you for who you are. Be yourself. Be your authentic self, so that way those people who God has meant for you can find you, because they cannot find you if you're wearing a mask. If you are portraying yourself to be Pennywise, but deep down inside you're Georgie, you know what I mean? People are going to run away from you. The people who you are meant to be friends with or in a relationship in any kind of way are going to run away from you, because they're not looking for Pennywise, they're looking for Georgie. And I say you're going broke both physically and spiritually is because spiritually you are spending your time and energy, which is our spiritual currency, time and energy. You're spending your time and energy on things that do not fill up your cup. And when your cup is full, you expand your horizons. But if you are constantly pouring into things that you know deep down inside do not serve you, deep down inside they do not fill your heart's desires, deep down inside they do not make you feel good, and you know that it's draining you, trying to keep up with the fashion trends, trying to keep up with the music trends, trying to keep up with the shoes and the this and the glitz and the glam and all these things, the different types of cars. So many people wear their wealth on their physical body. But one thing I've noticed about that is when people, there's nothing wrong, first of all, with wanting nice things, but your perception and your belief of what nice is coming from within. And here's what I'm saying with that. People who, I don't call nobody no celebrity. In my eyes, you're just another human being whose name is well known in so many words. So the way I like to see it is people who are in the limelight and they have an overflow, I guess you could say, of physical abundance, they are overcompensating for what they lack spiritually. They're overcompensating for the fact that their spiritual wallet is empty. And with an empty spiritual wallet, when you don't know how to use your time and energy to really fulfill your heart's desires, you will continue to go broke. And if you don't have the time and energy for things, you will continuously drain yourself. And the thing about God is when he's trying to guide all of us down the right path. And so one thing I learned is that as you will start to walk down that righteous path, let me tell you something, all these physical things that you think you need to be successful, the things that you think you need to have, he will take those away from you just to show you you don't need these things. And that's what I was saying with all of that, is your perception of nice things is really coming from where you are in your journey. If you believe that having a fast car and a big house and a whole lot of clothes and shoes are nice things for you, that's completely fine. That's where you are on your journey. If that's what you believe, if you're like, man, ain't nothing wrong for me to spend my money on all these shoes and clothes and things like that, that's up to you. You know what I mean? That's all on you. But there will come a time where God is gonna say, listen, you need to realize that you don't need these things. You're spending your physical currency on these things, which shows him you don't know how to spend your energetic currency. Real wealth is within, okay? It can be taken away if you start to stray off your path and start to give your time and energy to things that you do not need. In my last video that just went up, I said that we have to stop saying the saying, I don't have, because you're speaking poverty in your life. When you say, I don't have, you're just speaking that into your life. Even if somebody came and asked you for $20 and you be like, I ain't got it, your subconscious mind does not know the truth from a lie. Even if you did have the $20 and you talking about, I ain't got it, Your subconscious mind will believe that, and you understand. And that's why life and death is in the power of the tongue, because the tongue, what you use your words for, will manifest if you do it consistently enough. If you got people that's constantly asking you for money, constantly asking you for handouts, and you're constantly saying I ain't got it, one day you're gonna wake up and you really don't have it physically. That's why it's important to just be honest with folks. If somebody comes to you asking you for 20, you be like, I can't give it to you. That I can say, I'm not gonna give it to you. You know what I mean? Because you can feed a man, you can give a man a fish and feed him for a day, or you can teach a man how to fish and feed him for a lifetime. And that's also what I was saying in my last video, but I didn't say that saying, but I'm gonna say it in this video, but I'm gonna get to that anyways. Okay, boom. Okay, forgive me, y'all. But real wealth is within. And when you are really and those out there who know what I'm talking about, those out there who are, because this is the truth, so those out there who are at that level to perceive this and to know this to be true, if you are at that level in your journey where you have grown to the height, grown to the level of consciousness, you've risen to the occasion, you've expanded your mind to be able to take in this information, you know exactly what I mean by that. Because when you are really spiritually wealthy, when you have it all spiritually, and you just keep attracting that abundance, you realize you really don't need much at all. You really don't need much at all. I said, and the thing about it, it all ties back into your energy. How if you feel like those out there in the limelight and they have all these material riches and they're overcompensating for the lack of spiritual riches, they're like, oh yeah, I'm living the rich life, I got all these chains, I got all these clothes, I got all this, I got all that, I got all this jewelry, and they're claiming that they live the rich life. That person is a liar, because that's not the rich life. The rich life is how you feel within. Like I said, it is not your fortune. I said this a few videos back. It's actually a quote. I was gonna put that as the quote of my day, quote of the day from my last video, but I was like, nah, I already used that before. But that's how good it is. Your fortune does not determine how you feel about life, because if you are taking your physical wealth and saying this is my happiness, if you are placing your happiness in the hands of physical wealth, let me tell you something, you are one unstable person. Because what is physical is forever changing. What is spiritual is forever changing. The universe is forever changing based off the energy that we send out to it. We have an impact on the universe, which then is mirroring back to us and having an impact on this planet. You understand what I'm saying? So when you place your place your happiness in the hands of physical wealth, you will constantly feel like you're on a roller coaster, up and down, up and down, up and down, left and right, loop-de-loop, side to side, diagonal, wherever way, that's where you're going. Excuse me, it took too much air. You know, it made my throat dry out, and why am I explaining that? I be doing things like that. Why do I do that? I just like talking a lot of the time. I really do like talking. It's really nice to just talk. Like let me catch myself, because one thing about me, if you're new here, welcome. Of course, I'm so grateful that you're tuning into the video. I usually say this at the very end of the video, but let me say it now. I'm grateful that you're tuning in, man. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Like the video. I said like that because I heard that if you say like or subscribe, the YouTube little button is gonna light up. So I'm gonna go back anyways. But yeah, like or join the community if that's something you're interested in. If that tickles your fancy. If that tickles your fancy, you know what I mean? If that makes you snap your suspenders, you understand? If that tosses your penny. Bro, what am I talking about? Okay, for real, back on track. Yeah, also if you're new here, I really do low-key be getting off track, but I ain't gonna lie, these past 2 videos that I just uploaded, I've been doing a pretty good job with staying on track. Let's talk about it. Hold on, because I gotta stop to give, you know what, it's God. It's all God. I was gonna say give me the credit, but it's God. It's God keeping me focused. It's God keeping me centered. Let me lock back in. Okay, but yeah. But like I was saying, you will forever be you will be in for a ride. And that's why so many, bro, I'm telling y'all, yo, you see how it connect. I be hearing all the time so many people say that life is a ride, and yes it is, but the way they describe it, it's like oh my gosh, it's beating them down, it's doing all these things, because they are placing, and it all just goes back to what they believe and what they're doing, and you know what I mean, how they view their life. So many people live from the ego. What the ego does is it places happiness in the hands of what's physical. Like I said, so many people believe that the fortune determines the mood. That's the ego talking. That's the physical self talking. The flesh is weak, the mind is weak. That's the physical self talking, because the physical self wants what's physical. You understand? The physical self wants to be able to have what we're sensing energetically. Like, it wants it to be tangible. You understand what I'm saying? So many people steady saying life is a ride. They're like, man, I remember when I had it all, man. I remember when I had it in the past, man. And I'd be like, yo, live for the moment, because the past is over. So many people subconsciously believe that the next moment is better than this moment, which is why they don't enjoy this moment, because they feel like the next moment is better, but you don't have any proof. And the only way you'll know if the next moment is better if you're living in this moment, because when the next moment comes and you're not living in this moment, how will you even know that the next moment is coming? We're steady waiting for our next big thing, and you gotta enjoy where you are, because that shows that you are rich. But that's exactly what I was saying. It is not the fortune that determines the mood. It's your mood that determines your fortune. If you feel like in this present moment you don't have it all, it's because you're placing your happiness in the hands of something that is going to come and go. God is constantly going to be swapping things out of your life. He's like, okay, you don't need that BMW no more. He don't even care about a BMW. Let's be real, it's God. He don't care about a BMW. You know you're living a rich life when you can make the most out of anything. One thing I don't like about living in Miami is the amount of people, like I said, who have these loud, flashy cars. There is no, as I'm telling you the truth right now. When you get, maybe you might not be there at this moment, but when you get to that point where your spiritual bank account is fat, you're gonna look back at these words that I'm saying right now, and you're gonna be like, that's right, man, I really don't need a loud, flashy car to disturb everybody in the neighborhood, because you want to be seen, because you want to be heard, because you want to be validated. You want people to see your physical wealth, but what is it within? What is going on within? I'm telling you, man, because when you have it all within, you see abundance in everything. You will not need for anything. I'm telling you the truth. Because this is something that, like I said in my last video, I cannot speak about it if I haven't been about it, or if I'm not being about it. The things that I speak on, talking about placing my happiness in what I have physically, I can talk about that because I used to be about that. But then now, where I am today, where I stand today, I can talk about how you really don't need anything if you are rich within. And we are all rich within. It's just the fact that it's all up to you whether you want to believe it or not, because it's the truth. Just like some people don't believe that God is real. Just because you don't believe it don't mean it's not happening. You could look at my shirt and say, that's not a purple shirt, that shirt is pink. In reality, it's light purple. You could look at me and say, I don't wear glasses. Just because you don't believe that I don't wear glasses doesn't mean I don't wear glasses. Doesn't mean okay, I just confused myself, so I'm gonna bring it back. I really just confused myself. Like, I just tied the way I'm envisioning it, I just tied my mind into a knot. I was going up, then I went down, then I went through, and I'm like, okay, anyways, material. What I'm saying with all of this, and okay, so here's where I was getting with all of that. The richest people know that they do not need much, because material items, the Spanish people, they playing their music. They always play their music every single Friday and Saturday. Every single Friday and Saturday. But like I was saying with all of that, the richest people know that they do not need much, simply because they know for a fact that material items will never fulfill the soul. You do not have to keep up with the newest iPhone or the newest phone, period. You do not need to have the newest gadgets. the freshest clothes, the designer. It be people spending $2,000 on a pair of pants. I'm so serious. I've never seen anything like that. And that's greed. And that greed is going to get you in a lot of trouble. And I'm not talking about the people buying it. You're just making yourself look like a fool for spending $2,000 on some pants. Let's be realistic here. Any person with some sense, any person with even just a smidgen of spiritual wealth, any person with just a smidgen of abundance in their spiritual wallet would know that $2,000 on some pants is ridiculous. But folks don't understand that because they are so poor. Anytime you see somebody spending ridiculous amounts of money on anything, oh, it's about to thunderstorm, y'all. Look at these clouds here. Oh my goodness. Anytime you see somebody spending $100,000 on a watch to tell the time, I feel like I'm just thinking about that, just embodying that energy of what it would feel like. My soul just sank for a second. Oh my goodness, you spending how much to tell the time? You know God placed gold on this planet for free. Right now my vein popping out my neck. God placed gold on this planet for free, right? God gave us the sun so that way we would, it says in the Bible, Genesis chapter 2, or maybe chapter 1, something like that. It says he gave us the sun and the moon and the stars so that way we may count the days, we may count the seasons, we may count the years. You spent how much on a watch when gold is free, the sun is free, the moon is free, your eyes are free. You know what I mean? What is this? What is going on here in this planet, man? This just brought something to me. This just did something to my spirit. The birds are even going crazy, but I know it's because it's a fat thundercloud above me, y'all. Look at that. That thing is fat. That thing is fat. You know what I mean? What am I talking about? Imagine if you're only seeing that part of the video, and I'm talking about that thing is fat, bruh. God forgive me. You see, God tells me not to speak obscene things out of my mouth. God forgive me. But what was I just talking about though? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that just did something to my spirit. Only people who are broke, and I'm gonna just call it what I was being generous, saying people who don't have the abundance within. But I'm at this point, man, I'm ready to wrap up this video low-key because I know it's about to rain. But the people who are broke spend the most money. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, I'm gonna put that in the thumbnail. Broke people spend the most money because rich people know that they don't have to lift a finger. Rich people know that God has provided us with every resource we need. Let me tell y'all a story before I end this video. Let me check my notes to make sure I said everything I wanted to cover. The richest people are humble, not flashy. The richest people, and I need y'all to burn that into your brain. The richest people are humble, not flashy. Not flashy. The richest people do not have to present wealth. You understand? They do not have to wear their wealth because they have it within. The way I see that is, people who wear their physical wealth on their body in chains and watches and gold, it's like having a huge bank vault and leaving the door wide open for everybody to see how much money you got up in that piece. But spiritually wealthy people, real rich people, they have their bank vault locked and secured so that way you cannot see the amount of wealth that is within there. All you can see is like, dang, that person has some really high energy. That person is very high vibrational. That's all you're able to see. All you're able to see is that big old vault, but you will not be able to see inside because the richest people are humble, not flashy. The richest people are silent, not loud. The richest people value their time and energy. They value that. The richest people, oh, I love that. That is a word. The richest people are silent, not loud. Because we understand that people who are loud all the time are covering up, they are overcompensating for the fact that they feel small within, for the fact that they feel like they've been silenced to be and show up as their most authentic self. They feel like their most authentic self has been silenced, so they present this egoic persona to be loud and arrogant, and that is a person who is poor, because the richest people are silent. And I don't mean they don't mumble a word. I mean they speak very few words. The wise men speak very few words, while fools are always loud. Y'all ever realize that a fool is always loud and talking and yelling and like, bro, can you be quiet and enjoy the moment? Y'all ever been in a car ride with somebody, or y'all just been hanging out with somebody and y'all just be chilling, just enjoying the time, and you know, you just silent and then they just start talking all the time? I'm like, bro, can we please just sit in silence? The reason why is because they constantly want to make themselves look smart. Fools think that wise people are constantly just spewing knowledge and things like that, and that's far from the truth. Every now and again, a wise person, if prompted, will spill out the knowledge, but they're not gonna constantly do it all day long, every single day. And the richest people are so compassionate and tender-hearted. They are not judgmental and calloused. Their hearts are not calloused. And what I mean by that is, when you finally learn, like the way I like to see things, I really do like to imagine that everybody is doing the best that they can. And that shows compassion, even if people are not in your eyes, because who are we to judge? If you believe that someone is not doing something right, you have to have, the richest people have compassion for that person, because like I said, they have that wisdom, they have that knowledge, they have that spiritual wealth within, and they understand everybody is on different journeys. Everybody is at a different part in their life. And so when I see when I see those who are in need of guidance and help, I don't be like, oh man, what are you doing? You're doing the wrong thing, man. You're going down the wrong path, man. In some words, all you have to do is lend out a hand, man. Compassion, sincere compassion, really showing somebody, man, I get it, man. We live in a wicked world with wicked systems, and God didn't create it to be like this. So your soul is lost because your soul is aware of the fact that things are meant to be good, but your physical self is saying that things are wicked. So you get confused and you get lost, and because of the fact that the flesh and the mind are weak, you tune into the wicked systems. And then on top of that, not only do you just tune into the wicked systems, but God is, in so many words, blasphemed. His name is blasphemed these days, and it's ridiculous. People don't follow God. What they present to you on social media, they don't present to you the way God says we should be. And so then you start turning around and acting like them, because you're like, what else do I do? Someone who is poor will be quick to judge somebody on their actions, and it don't matter what it is. People be so quick, but I have to remember that anything, if somebody kills another person, man, I'd be like, dang, that's messed up. But you know, and let me not say that and pause, because I know people gonna be like, what do you mean that's messed up? But what I'm saying with that is, it's messed up, but we have to remember that this is a wicked world. And one thing that God told the devil that the devil cannot touch his people. The devil cannot touch God's people. The devil cannot kill God's people. So you know what the devil will do in this wicked system? He will corrupt somebody else's mind just to kill another person. That's what the devil does. That's why I don't like that devil, man. Ooh, if I could beat that devil up. Ooh, I'm not messing with him. Like, he can do what he want to do. He had already tried to control me and tried to get me to take my own self out. How dare you? How dare you try to get me to take myself out the game? What do you think this is, huh? So I'm not fooling with that devil, because I've been on the side of the fence where I was with the devil and I didn't like it. Now I'm on the side of the fence with God, and he has accepted me back so graciously, and he has shown me so much mercy. And now I'm chilling with God. I'm in God's hands, looking down at the devil like, you bet not touch me. You cannot touch me. You will not touch me, because God is going to smite you, and Jesus Christ is going to return, and he's going to kick your behind. Let's talk about it. But like I was saying, those who are like on social media, and you know what I mean? Like, if you just look at the comments of some people's posts, I'm pretty sure you'll find that one person to be judgmental and to be ignorant. You understand? And what that shows is that person is poor. That person is speaking from an empty, or dang near empty, spiritual bank account. But the only way to keep your bank account high It's to continue to follow God. It's knowing that you don't have to go and gather the resources, because God has given us everything that we need. It's knowing that you don't have to do everything on your own. It's knowing that you don't have to live in survival mode. I really recommend y'all go watch or listen, however you like to do, to my last video, because somewhere around the 20-minute mark, I can give y'all the time frame, just so y'all can, if y'all just want to see what I'm talking about. But it was somewhere around the 22-minute mark, and I was talking about the game Minecraft. I'm not about to re-explain it. That's why I'm saying you can go and look at the video. But in Minecraft, you can do survival mode, where you start off with nothing. And that's where so many people are coming from. So many people are in survival mode, feeling like they have to be the one to go and do things all on their own. They have to go and gather the resources to build the life that they want to live. But a rich person knows for a fact that they are living in creative mode, where God has provided you with everything that you need, and he's telling you, get creative with what you have. He's not telling you that you need to instantly, like, for example, we'd be like, God, man, I really want a new house. Y'all is about to throw down. I could tell. He's not telling you you need, he's not going to give you the house that you're asking him for. He's going to give you the resources to build your way up to that. He's giving you everything you need. In Minecraft, they don't give you a preset house and a preset, I don't know, all these other things. It's not preset. You have to go and you have to get the blocks. They give you the blocks for free. All you have to do is imagine what you want to do with those blocks and build. Okay, it's like looking at a bunch of building blocks, and it's like, what do I do with this? Like, this is like, you put them together and you make something work. You understand? You put them together and you make something work. Paul, why are you looking at me like that? I feel like my cat was just looking into my soul right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Low key, we just had a moment. We just connected. Because maybe I was looking into his soul, and he saw that I was looking into, and he saw that, so he started looking through my soul, and it shocked me. But on top of everything that I was saying, the wealthiest people are the most righteous people. The wealthiest people know that God has provided them with everything. When the wealthiest people look at their circumstances and make something shake. The wealthiest people look at their circumstances and say, oh, I know what I could use this for. I know exactly why God put the wealthiest people knows why God have them where he has them. You understand? The wealthiest people know for a fact why they are where they are in their path, because the wealthiest people understand there is a purpose. There is something that the wealthiest people know how to use their resources to take them in the right direction, because the wealthiest people follow God and listen to God's word. The poorest people, the brokest, they listen to the devil, and that's why they continue to be broke spiritually, because they constantly letting the devil take from them. That's what's really happening. But what I wanted to say, and I'm gonna end this video, all it takes is one seed. When I was doing the dishes, this was 2 days ago, I think, about 2-3 days ago, I was doing the dishes, and my brother, he was cutting up watermelon before I came in there and started doing the dishes. And so when I was getting ready to clean the counters down, I saw that one watermelon seed just left over on the counter. And so I decided, I looked at that, the first thing that popped into my head, as a person who knows what I have within, the first thing that popped in my head was, the first thing I said to myself, I was like, I know a blessing when I see one. That one seed, the minute I looked at that seed, I was like, that seed gonna produce, that one watermelon seed, by February, early February, we about halfway through November. It's November 15th, so we're literally at the halfway mark. So by beginning of February, by February 15th, that seed would have produced about 4 watermelon, which would then produce about, each watermelon, let's say 50 seeds. At that point, that's all I need. Like that, 50 watermelon seed, and each seed produces 4 watermelon. At that point, man, I'm good. And then and there's 4 watermelon that has 50 seeds, so that's 200 seeds plus 4 watermelon from each seed. That's about 800 watermelon, and then 50 seeds in those watermelon. That's why I say it only takes one seed and you're rich. But a lot of people, you know how many people throw away food scraps? You know how many people throw away seeds? And you'll buy a watermelon, you throw away the seeds, and then go to the store and buy more watermelon. Are you serious right now? But that's the behavior of someone who is poor. They don't see their blessings. They don't see how rich they are. Because a lot of, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier when I was like, you are rich. It's up to you to believe it or not. The fact that God blessed you with fruit that has, I need to go inside because I need some water. The fact that God blessed you with fruit that has seeds, and you threw the seeds away because you cannot see that you are rich. It takes one seed and you're good. It takes one mango seed to grow a mango tree, and then you'll be produced. That mango tree will produce 300 mangoes. Now you done got 300 more mango seeds plus that one tree that's going to continue to produce mangoes every single year. So now you got 301 mango trees. Listen, man, it takes one seed, and after that you're good, bro. And this is a story that I was trying to tell. Yesterday, when I was cleaning up I'll keep trying to say my neighbor, but a lady from my church, I had my first Bible study with her the day before yesterday, so Wednesday, because today is Friday the 15th. And she called me yesterday and she was like, hey, do you like blueberries? And I was like, yeah. And so and she don't live far from me, so she was like, I'm gonna be there real soon, so I'll see you real soon. I'm gonna drop them off. And she gave me two little things of blueberries. I sat them I was so ready to eat them, so I sat them in the refrigerator so they could get cold a little bit. But when I went to go start washing them off, I saw that they had mold, and I was disappointed that I couldn't eat them. But then I realized God didn't send these blueberries in my life for me to eat them. He sent them in my life for me to plant them. He sent them in my life, and God sees. And the thing about God, he sees when you understand what he's doing in your life. He's providing me with the resources. He done provided me with tomato seeds, because we had tomatoes in the refrigerator that was going bad. I took them tomatoes, I planted them, and I have them right here lined up, and they're growing so beautifully. And I planted them a while ago. They should be ready by the beginning of December. They should be ready within 3 weeks, actually about a month from now, because if it's the 15th, I should be harvesting them around the middle of December. So it's only one more month and I'm gonna have me tomatoes. Each tomato plant, I got 4 of them. Each tomato plant is going to produce about 20 tomatoes. So I got 4 tomato plants, each 20. That's 80 tomatoes. Imagine all the seeds in them tomatoes. It's like 70 seeds in a little tomato, or more. I don't know, because I didn't count, but I know it's got to be more than 70, because God made these fruits to be rich. You understand? Let me turn my flashlight on. Okay, God made, and I know my glasses lens, they're scratched up because I've been using the wrong material on my lenses and I done jacked them up, but that's okay. They still work just fine. But God made these fruits to be abundant. God said in the Bible, he's going to put all kinds of seed-bearing fruits, which the seeds will then produce the same kind of plant of which it comes from. And so God has blessed me. I saw the tomatoes was going bad. I looked at that as someone, and that's wealth, when you know how to take something that seemingly you would throw away and turn it into, when you take something that seems like nothing and you turn it into something, that's wealth right there. I did that with tomato seeds. I tried to do it with bell pepper seeds, but I think the bell pepper seeds was too far gone. They weren't viable, so they didn't even sprout. I tried for like 2 months, from the beginning of September to like halfway through October. I just threw them out, because by then they only take about a week or 2 to germinate. So after a month and a half, I just threw them out. Then I have a mango seed, and that's growing really well. And it's finally got big leaves now. Like at first the leaves were like puny. They were probably like 2.5, 3 inches. Now it finally has its first leaves that are about 4 inches, and that's major. And I also have cantaloupe seeds, because my sister was cutting up cantaloupe probably later that same day that my brother was cutting up the watermelon. And no, it might have been even yesterday. No, I think it was that same day. Anyways, the day don't matter. Anyway, it was less than a week ago. And I looked at it and I saw her cutting it up, and I said to myself, ooh, I wonder if she's gonna throw away those seeds or those rinds. And when I opened the garbage can, I saw the cantaloupe seeds in there. And so I put some gloves on. I also collected the watermelon rinds out of the garbage can. I collected the watermelon rinds, the cantaloupe rinds, and the cantaloupe seeds. And I washed the seeds off, I dried them out, and I'm ready to plant them tomorrow. and I already had the watermelon seeds planted. I threw the rinds of the cantaloupe and the watermelon and some dirt to make compost, to make fertile soil. You understand? To make soil that's better for the plants and to enrich the soil, because I have everything I need. Instead of going out and buying soil mix, I can make soil. You can make soil with just dirt from your backyard, add a little bit of dry dead grass, some brown leaves, some brown grass, add some dirt, and add some organic matter, and boom, you have nutrient rich soil. That's all you need, bro. You don't have to go and buy soil every single time. You can make it. Stop throwing away your banana peels and all that. You can throw it in your compost bin, and then the earthworms are gonna come, eat it, poop it out, and then you got castings, which also fertilize the soil. It's free. Everything you need is free, and that's the mindset of a person who knows that they have it all. That's the mindset of a person who knows it's all free. The more you open your eyes to see the truth, the more you realize it's all free. It's all free. Even water, even fire, even all these things that we think we need to pay for, it's all free. It's all free. I need you to understand that. But I have to be realistic. That's a mindset that develops over time. It's not going to be instantaneous where you believe, oh, I'm rich. You have to genuinely feel it to be true, and the more and more you tell yourself that, the more you start to see the evidence. You understand? Just like the more and more you tell yourself that you're ugly, when you look in the mirror, you're going to see that evidence. The more and more you start to love yourself, you're going to see the evidence of love in your life. The more and more you tell yourself you're broke, you're going to start to see evidence of you being broke. The more and more you tell yourself that you are abundant, you're going to start to see evidence of your abundance, because that's how the universe works. It's going to mirror you. You understand? But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate y'all, man. I hope y'all are really enjoying the videos. This is my first time actually recording when the sun hasn't fully set. It's a little bit of blue left, but I hope y'all can hear me over the music and this person cutting their grass in the dark. Maybe they got their house lights on, I don't know. Anyways, what am I talking about? I really do hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. I know I did. I know I enjoyed talking in the video, so I really do hope y'all how many times am I gonna say that though? I feel like every single video I make, I constantly say like 5 times, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. But that's because I really do hope y'all enjoyed the video, for real. Let's talk about it for a little bit though. I really do, because I'll be like, dang, man, I hope this helps somebody. I really do hope this helps somebody out there. And anybody, whether you comment or not, whether you show me or tell me that you enjoyed it and that it was helpful, I don't mind, because I just like to believe that the minute I put it out there, it creates change in the universe. And the thing of who cutting their grass, the thing about it is, I genuinely believe it's not. The thing about it is, I make my videos so that they're timeless. My videos, the way I like to see it, I set the intention that the people will see it when they need to see it. It might not be instantaneous, but people will come across it's raining, but people will come across the video when they need to see it, not when whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? It'll show up when you see this video. If you're watching to this point, what I'm trying to say with all this, if you're watching to this point, trust and believe that this video showed up at the right time, just when you needed to hear it. But I'm gonna go ahead and head inside, y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear me over the folks cutting their grass. It must be my neighbors here. But thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. I really do appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all so much for watching the videos and showing the love and support. I have to remember my flashlight is here. But thank y'all so much for showing the love and support, and I will see y'all in my next video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Until next time, bye, friends.